Welcome in, everybody. It's Dukes and Bell. We are headed to Flowery Branch today. And if you're tuning in on YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, thank you guys for being here, giving you a behind the scenes look at some of the things we'll be talking about today. And we'll do this hopefully every day moving forward and as much as we possibly can because we want to give you a heads up. Today we get Coach Raheem Morris, by the way, our weekly with the coach. And Mike, as we head up to Flowery a little bit later on this afternoon, Falcons getting ready for the Vikings, Sunday Night Football. We talked about this yesterday, guys. This is a chance for the rest of the country, prime time, to watch our team and see our quarterback. I just want our receivers and guys to be healthy. We'll ask Ra about that. But I got to tell you something. If I'm Ra today, Mike, he should be pissed because they had a chance to win that game. And I'm not saying he's going to be pissed with us, but he should be pissed in the sense that here we go again having a chance to finish games, and we don't get a chance to finish it, and then he's got to deal with the field goal kicker stuff.
Right. And look, we'll ask. We may or may not get the answers, but we'll ask the questions. Did you feel we had enough of a real test for Younghoe Koo in this preseason? Something you and I spent 2 days talking about. We'll ask Coach. He may or may not answer. Also, I think what Falcon fans want to know is what's up with Drake London, our good friend D-Led. Thanks, Mike and Carl and Day. D-Led says that, Carl, it's an AC joint thing with Drake, so it's a matter of like a pain threshold thing. I'm worried about him further exasperating the injury, I guess, or exacerbating, and we'll get exasperated.
I think the concern is, we know this. And by the way, Day Lewis, our executive producer, Mike Bell, Carl Dukes, it's Dukes and Bell, guys. Bottom line is he gives his body up. And Drake is not going to stop playing that way. So how do you tell a guy with an AC joint to say, hey, don't go up and get a 50-50 ball, don't extend on catches?
Right.
That's my concern. But, hey, maybe they're like, look, we've seen baseball players play with this, but they're not getting hit.
Right.
So I don't know what I should feel or how I feel about this until we get up there today and get a little bit more information. And we're going to be bringing you the latest on that as well. As we talk about Raheem Morris, what is the game plan moving forward with the Vikings? Mike, this is going to be a tough game. Look, I'm not clowning around. I thought we should have beat the Bucs. I felt good going into that game. They had injuries like we did. Bottom line is we don't get it done. But this team is different. And I'm not even talking about J.J. McCarthy. So we got to ask Ra, what's your approach? Because this defense gets after people's ass. You saw it on the game against the Bears the other night. I mean, I just feel like they made Caleb Williams, as the game went on, more uncomfortable, and then he looked like he panicked. Did you guys see that one play where he just threw the damn ball? He was scrambling and just threw it?
Right. So, we got to try to get JJ off the spot. But as you said, man, on the flip side, we'll ask Coach. This is more for Zach Robinson. By the way, Day, is Zach talking to the media today? The assistant coach is talking?
I haven't seen who's talking today. We'll find that out later. But I'm glad
we'll pull the audio. You'll play it on the show.
Yeah, and we'll have that. And I'm glad you guys are talking about the conversation with Rob, because I want to ask you guys, this is your first conversation with him, obviously coming off of a loss, a tough loss. What are you expecting from him in terms of how he should be interacting or, responding? Because I know you guys aren't going to hold back. You're going to ask the tough questions. What do you expect out of Rob today?
Honestly, Carl, I think, he's always glass half full. It's kind of like the Dan Quinn school of, hey, we're turning the page. Turn to the page. We'll ask questions because he's already done the media Sunday, Monday. Now we get our crack at him, but we try to keep it fresh and present the questions you guys want to hear. But yeah, I think he's going to talk about the positives. One thing we got to do yesterday, Carl, I want to ask him about is, the finish rate or what we got from Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker, because we didn't get the quarterback on the ground when it mattered, but we did get good results. We kept the Bucs were 140 yards off their season average last year. So, but how do you get home? That's what I asked Rock, because he's a D coach. How do you get these guys home?
Yeah, it is. Look, it's valid, and I don't think the Bears got home enough against McCarthy. I just felt like McCarthy was nervous early, right, and was making those mistakes. Actually, after the pick six, he really settled down. But the other part is they ran the ball well. It's an interesting question. We'll present that to Ra today as we're live at Flowery Branch. It's Dukes and Bell, guys. What about the Braves? They're playing the Cubs. And, we've been talking about this. Yesterday, we got into a spirited conversation about Sean Murphy and the whole Snicker situation. Day, look, I've said all along, going back 2.5, 3 months, all these guys shut them down, right? I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to see Acuna. I didn't want to see any of them. Slowly but surely, they brought guys back. Think about what Acuna's done since they brought him back. Has he even been really really visible. Think about it. Like, he hasn't had monster games, and it's almost as if they're like, yeah, he's out there, but he's not. I said this. They were going to protect him. What's up with Strider and Chris Sale, man?
Have you guys come to terms with the fact that obviously they're there, or do you still stand on, they don't even need to be out there?
I just think with everything you're dealing with, and right now you got 3/5 of a rotation. You feel good about Waldrop, and still not sure what exactly Schwellenbach's going to give you. How much is Strider going to work on his mechanics in the offseason? By the way, is Rick Kranitz going to even be here next year? Are they going to flip the entire coaching staff?
Wait a minute. You want to fire Kranitz? Who aren't you firing on this staff?
Fire everyone. No, I would just like to turn it over. I'm one of the Braves fans that says, thank you, Brian Snitker, for the 21 championship. Goodbye. Gold watch. Name up there on the wall. Enjoy the retirement.
Wait a minute.
No, that's it. It's time to upgrade. Try to decide a new approach. Do you want
to give him a farewell tour?
Yes. Okay. No, I don't want that.
No, you don't? You don't want to do that?
That's why I thought they botched it. I thought they should have announced at the All-Star game, and this is going to be it for Brian Snitker because we're done. This team ain't going to the playoffs, and let's all appreciate the goodness of Snitker, and we'll honor him and yada, yada, yada. But and they may as well do that. I don't know. I want a new approach, bro. What are we here for?
I want a new approach, bro. Give this man a chance to talk to his family, to talk to the organization, right? Have some clarity.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally want to run this guy out after the last game of the season. Hey, turn in your stuff and get the hell out of here.
I love the guy. God bless him. Now it's time to go be put out to pasture, okay? I mean, we love him. It's a hard knock life.
If he was your grandpa, you wouldn't feel this way.
Hey,
you know what? Your grandpa.
I don't want my grandpa managing a baseball team. I want him out fishing or playing golf, man. Playing with the grandkids. So we'll see.
He's deserving of one final opening day.
Yeah, okay. No. Yes. No.
Yes.
Let's
you
change
give
it.
that. He brought us a World Series.
Yes,
you give that to him.
It'll be 5 years ago now, coming up in the spring.
Wait a minute. You sound like a wife who's keeping tabs on the last time something happened in your relationship.
What have you done for me lately?
Unbelievable.
Hey, look, by the way, I know the injuries aside, don't like what's going on with Murphy. You don't even know what Murphy's going to be in the spring. You know me, man. If you're not trying to win a championship, and look, this team might not even put a team on the field as far as putting the money into the pitching that'll be any better than this was or last year's was. We may be grinding behind the Phillies.
If Alex Anthopoulos, and I know you have a certain feeling in your heart for Terry McGurk, but if those guys, we're talking from the top all the way down to the bottom of the front office, don't do anything significant this offseason, we're killing them. You cannot run this same team back out there. I'm not talking about your everyday players. I'm talking about improving your pitching staff. We're killing them. And so that's where this starts. Like, they have to know that is unacceptable from Braves fans everywhere, that you're running out guys that are either injured, inconsistent, or just can't get it done. So if you're going to tell me you trust Strider and Sale, cool, right? Because it is what? September 9th, September 10th. Mm-hmm. We got like 2.5 more weeks of the season, guys. And then we're talking about the offseason now. There's no reason to not start talking about it. But, Mike, those two guys, if you say, hey, we're bringing them back, we trust them. Okay. Who are the other three? And then the other three that you need to add.
Right. Sale.
That's where we're at.
Sale, Waldrop. And the thing with Waldrop, and we'll get into this today on the air, the thing with Waldrop is, like all young rookies, ever since the Schwellenbach phenomenon, they will be monitoring his innings. So halfway through the summer, it'll be a 6-man rotation because you can't have the young pitcher. He's never pitched as many innings as he'll be asked to pitch next year. Have we heard this story before?
Yes.
That's my concern. So let's go drop $100 million on his frontline starting pitching, which they won't. I'd love to see them do that. And if you're going to sticker his farewell tour, let's really arm him with arms, for lack of a better word.
I am for the farewell tour. I can't believe you. Hey, let's talk, man, real quick, because we got to dive deeper into this over the next few days. It's Dukes and Bell. Thanks for being here. We're live at Flowery Branch today. Make sure you tune in 2:00. Rod normally joins us around 3:30-ish, depending on what time practice is done. We're going to get a chance to talk to Divine Deablo today as well. He had a hell of a game against Tampa Bay the other night.
I liked him. Like I said, when it went down, we were like, Divine Deablo. I mean, it sounds like somebody you see in Magic City. But I love this guy's game. He's very athletic, and it's a cool story, man, for Virginia Tech. We just didn't know his game because who's watching the Raiders? Let's be honest. They haven't been that great lately.
Yeah,
right?
they've gone through 3 coaches before Pete Carroll.
Right.
We got to talk about the Dogs, man. Day-Day, What's up with the dogs, man? What are you doing today? What's going on?
Obviously, they're getting ready for Tennessee, but I wanted to ask you guys. They've averaged 14 points in their victory since Josh Heupel has taken over at Tennessee. Have you seen enough out of Georgia that convinces you they could walk away with at least a 14-point victory on Saturday?
How can I answer this?
Mm.
No. Look, Gunner better be gunning on Saturday, okay? I actually feel right now, Mike, Aguilar's playing better, okay?
Yeah,
He is.
You could argue, and we looked at the number. Look at the numbers. Yes, if you're new to the show, we always joke around about
Kendrick Perkins.
Kendrick Perkins of ESPN. Look at the numbers. But no, you look at it. This guy's got 61 touchdowns in his career, starting at App State. A cup of coffee at UCLA, and then now he's in Tennessee, and they have the better quarterback in the deal with Nico. Adios. But Gunner's going to be leaned on, unless this is the greatest Kirby sandbag operation that we've seen against Austin P and before that Marshall. Tennessee just looks better. Now, Tennessee had a Syracuse team which was turning over its roster, but they had a big atmosphere to play in at Mercedes-Benz. Georgia hasn't had that yet. You had that weird washout, right, with the Thunder and Lightning. So it's been a very strange, herky-jerky start to Georgia. Or do they go up there and Kirby's like Nick Saban and we just press the button and here we go? It's hard to wrap your head around that start. I don't see it right now. Georgia doesn't pass the eye test.
14 points, man. Look, and I know they've dominated. We talked a little bit about it. We're going to dive more into it again, not only today, but the rest of the week. It is one of the marquee games this weekend up in Knoxville, guys. And as a matter of fact, we're going up to Twin Peaks in not Knoxville, but Chattanooga.
Yeah,
if you're headed up that way Friday, we'll be up at Twin Peaks in Chattanooga, hanging out 2 to 6. Stop by if you get a chance.
It's East Ridge, Carl. It's the exit right before, right? It's the exit before the 24 split.
Right.
So if you guys are just looking for a break and you got a designated driver, Carl, that's like the monster Twin Peaks. I mean, the build out up there. I mean, it's like Augusta. It's a great spot. And by the way, Day, while we're talking balls, Carl Perkins, the former Tennessee receiver and Bengals player, reached out, and Titans as well. He wanted to come on, so maybe we'll get him on Thursday or Friday, talk balls and talk NFL.
Yeah, Pickens was a hell of a player, man. He was a hell of a player.
He's doing public speaking.
Yeah, we definitely got to get him on.
See what he's up to and all that.
Absolutely. And again, this is, as we'll talk more about it, but this comes down to a lot of whether or not Josh Heupel can get this monkey off his back. He's already beaten Florida. He already beat Alabama. He's not beaten Kirby yet. We'll see. One other thing we'll probably jump into today, and we got a lot of stuff, guys, that we're going to get into starting at 2 o'clock. Again, tune in 92.9 The Game, and thanks for being here on all our social media platforms. Micah Parsons, dude, he had a sack. I mean, I see this dude come off the couch, basically.
Right.
And I think he played 29 snaps or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he gets a sack in the fourth quarter, and Green Bay's crowd goes crazy. I only say this, Mike, to be okay, they're playing the Thursday night game, right? Commanders and Green Bay. Dude, I really like Green Bay's defense. I think they're going to be a problem for a lot of people, and he's not even acclimated yet. He just literally was go in and do what you do, and he chased him down and got a sack.
The dude is, going to be a monster. And again, I don't know what the backstory was. We all thought he was kind of sandbagging just because he didn't want to be out there. It was kind of he was, doing the hold in with the Cowboys, but it did seem like a legitimate concern. Do they expand that, as far as his role? Because, right now he can be situational and get home, unlike our guys who are, trying to find that pass rush. I'm looking at the number.
Look at the numbers.
Because the Packers, I don't want to be the prisoner of the moment, but yeah, they are a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Commanders. So that they're going to have to try to corral Jaden Daniels, but the Packers, you feel like the Eagles, their defense doesn't pass the eye test, but that's hard to tell what they were because they didn't have Jalen Carter on that.
Right. Yeah, we'll find out more on Sunday, or should I say against the Chiefs this weekend with the Eagles. I think it's the 4 o'clock game, Eagles-Chiefs. Here's the deal about the linebackers with Green Bay. And we're just bringing this up to say Parsons is going to have an impact. Dude, he's already got a sack. Mike's point. Our guys don't, right? He literally didn't practice all during camp and said, put me in, coach, and let me go make a play. Their linebackers, Mike, have the ability, and this is going to be interesting to see, to spy Jaden Daniels because they can run. And that is the thing that I think Green Bay is going to be okay, we're in coverage. No, we're not. We're in coverage. No, we're not. And as soon as Jaden takes off, these guys can chase him down. Right. Nobody's made him pay. And I'm only going to say this. I know we're up against it here, guys. Thanks for being here. when we play them in 2 weeks at the end of the month, he's running on us. Somebody's got to make him pay. He's not paid the price for running as much as he does yet.
Well, I mean, that could be something we can, we're not getting ahead of it because, we asked Divine Deablo, he's going to say we're taking 1 week at a time. Sure. But that's where you have a speedier linebacker, Caden Ellis. But that's where you think about Watts and Bowman.
Yes.
Because Bowman loves to hit.
Yep.
Watts, Jesse, we know Jesse Bates will clean his clock. So that's something to think about. First things first, we got to figure out how we're going to get JJ McCarthy. It's funny, who's out there on fantasy waivers? Who? And I hate to bet against a team. But if we don't get past, JJ McCarthy's looking to score 19 to 20 fantasy points this week.
Oh, he's in your league? He's out in your league?
He's out there day. Wow. I ain't gonna be that guy.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want us to close out on the Falcons because again we're live up there today with you guys. You'll have your conversation with Raheem Morris. But last year, now I know it's a different quarterback situation. Last year we got torched for 347 and 5 touchdowns.
It was ugly.
Sam Darnold. Secondary was lost puppies. Yeah. They were running around. Remember that?
Yeah.
Painful.
Yeah, we'll ask Coach about this today too.
And that was Jimmy Lake. This might be a sore subject, Carl, because Jimmy Lake was kind of out of his depth, and the coach we thought was on the impression kind of had to take it over. We'll ask. We may not get the answers, but we will ask today.
Well, look, he's got to be more comfortable with the guys he's got. He's got to be. So, I mean, if he's not, we're going to be in trouble. So it's fair, Day to say we got torched last year. It was embarrassing. Hey, man, today, 2:00, be there. We'll be on till 6 from Flowery Branch, bringing you all the latest as we get ready for a big Sunday night matchup. Thanks for being here, guys. It's Dukes and Bell.